At least I don't think I'll cough as much. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Hi! How are you? This is video 872. It is September 27th. I had a doctor's appointment this morning, so I decided to take the whole day off. So it's kind of like, yay, mental health day! Occasionally it's just good to do that and not plan anything. Just go and do what you want to do. I don't know, I treasure it a lot. But anyway, what I want to talk about is a little bit of updates. For me, I've had this. If you've watched any of my videos in the last 10 or so videos, I have been plagued by this cough. And even now, it's messing with my voice. This is not my. I don't think this is how I sound. I mean, it must be how I sound now, but not. If you took away the congestion and everything, I would sound a little bit differently. I'd be more in this range. But you can hear my voice. It's not really doing it. So I have to raise it up just a little bit, and it's going to sound a little faker than it normally does. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You got to talk. So anyway, the good news is that I went to see my doctor this morning. I mentioned I had a doctor's visit, and it turns out that the blood pressure medicine that they put me on 2 months ago, one side effect is that I'm going to pause the video so I don't cough. All right, there we go. That way you didn't hear me go. Anyway, so blood pressure medicine, side effect of the blood pressure medicine, I'm way too high. Deep breath. A side effect of the blood pressure medicine that I was on was it generates postnasal drip and coughing. So I was treating one problem and creating another problem. So we're going to try me on something different. And I'm going to take some steroids for my nose to kind of get rid of what I have. We'll see how it goes. So that's kind of positive. I'm hoping it'll work out. And that way I'll get my voice back. It's a win-win situation. The other thing we talked about is, our bodies, and you probably already know this, but our bodies are a system, you know. We have the respiratory system. You have your gastrointestinal tract, the gastrointestinal system, your cardiac system, your pulmonary system, okay? And so things work in conjunction with other things. And what I had noticed this week was that my one of my legs that normally is okay, it started to look like my other leg having edema, okay, which is a swollen condition of the skin. It's the kind of thing where you can take your finger and hold it down for like 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, and pick it up, and it leaves a dimple in your skin because your skin is just so full of water and whatnot. So anyway, I was trying to figure out why that was going on, and it turns out that part of that can be from circulation in your heart. Okay, so one system kind of affecting something else. But the reason why my heart, I think, was having trouble and on its way to congestive heart failure was because my blood pressure had gone up. One of the parts of the heart, I don't remember which name, but it can be affected, your two blood pressure numbers. There's so much stuff going on that having a hard time. The pump, one of the pumps, one of the part of the heart, one of the chambers, getting stuff pushed through. Okay, so it diminishes the amount fluid that it can move. And so gravity does its work, pulls stuff down. Where does it go? If you're sitting all day, it goes in your feet. So anyway, the short of it is, I really need to focus on being more active and losing weight. As always, losing weight, losing excess body mass, and lowering the amount that my body has to do, my heart and everything is gonna affect one thing as the other in a positive way. I just have to start somewhere and make a difference. So I am going to exercise a little bit, but I know from before when I lost all my weight, um, really it was diet. It was what I ate. Not diet as in like, I'm going to go on the Garth Brooks Lady Gaga soup diet. Not that way, but what you eat, what's your nutrition, what you consume. So I'm going to try and go back on a modified version of what I did before. What I did before is I went raw vegan, and not only was that not, I wasn't able to keep it up after a year. It got me where I needed to go. But once I had my surgery, I'm like, well, hell, screw this. I want to eat meat again. Um, Whatever I think I need to do and what I need to do, I'm not going to tell you what you need to do. You are your best judge of what you can do and what you want to do. But what I'm going to do is try to do, oh, my voice is terrible. What I'm going to try to do is to do a little bit of a modified version of it. I think where I went wrong last time is, number one, I ate 7 vegetables, and that was it. I would cook them different ways. Sometimes I'd eat them raw, which I guess would be the raw vegan. Sometimes I cooked them. Sometimes I steam them, sometimes I bake them, different ways of doing things, different seasoning, watch your salt. Um, Especially if you're on, spirulactone, be very careful of how much potassium you're taking in. But anyway, I am going to try to modify that and move somewhat in that direction. I'm not going to go all the way there, but I'm going to move, take a small step, see how it goes. If I like it, maybe I'll take another small step. If I don't like it, go back. We'll just kind of see. I need to do something. I need to do something different. And so we'll see kind of where that gets me. So like today I'm making a batch of what I used to make was stew. It's got, usually I put kale, spinach, carrots, any vegetable you want to put in there, tomatoes, does not matter. What you kind of want to avoid if you can, what I try to avoid, I'm telling you what to do, and that's not what I want to do. What I try to do is stay away from canned stuff because they put a lot of salt in it. If you buy stewed tomatoes or canned tomatoes or whatnot, it's going to have a lot of salt in it. So just might be something to be aware of. But what I'm going to do differently this time is I'm going to add a little bit of meat to it. I'm going to add some real honest to goodness meat. Excuse me, I got to pause again. Almost coughed. Here we go. Put a little bit of meat. Could be a little bit of chicken. Could be a little bit of, not necessarily lean meat, although that's probably better. But I think there are certain things, and I'm not a doctor, not a nutritionist. I think there are some things in meat that we really can use, whether it be protein, amino acids. We need fat. Our bodies need, so the idea is for me, is not to deny myself things that I like to eat, but it's just a matter of a little bit of shifting, a little bit of movement towards something healthy. The drawback to this is it is by far cheaper to live unhealthily. Eating healthy food, and that doesn't necessarily mean expensive healthy food, but I mean even just vegetables today. One of the tricks that I did before is I would always have a vegetable tray and a fruit tray. And of course you could buy the vegetables and cut them up. It's a matter of convenience. But again, you're buying fresh fruit and fresh vegetables that are not in salt, so they're going to go bad. They're going to spoil, okay, if you don't eat them, okay, which is incentive to eat, I suppose. But it costs more money. And that's I don't that's kind of where our food system is kind of messed up here in America right now, or probably the way it's been for a while. It is a lot cheaper to eat a pack of ramen, right? Um, than it is to cook something fresh vegetables, a little bit of meat. So that's kind of my step forward. We're going to see how it goes. It's almost October, and just going to keep it one step at a time. We'll kind of see. I do wear um, compression socks. I don't have any handy, but back when I had a blood clot, I from the hospital gave me a bunch of uh, diabetic like compression socks, and that also will help. The other thing that I'm doing is laying in my bed and put on some pillows above your heart, and I'm flexing my toes, my ankles, okay, flexing them, and then I'm also doing a little bit of leg lifts. And then I'm smoothing down my thighs, and the idea is just being, this is going to move the water to here, and then you smooth it down to here, and hopefully you pee it out, I guess. Um, One thing that I didn't ask that I could have was to get on some sort of diuretic, like a water pill. But I'd really rather do the mechanical bit of it instead of relying on medicine. And that's also going to be exercise, right? So, anyway, that's it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope things are going well. We're just on the cusp. It's autumn, it's fall, but the weather the last couple of days here in Kentucky, Indiana has been a little chilly in the morning, so that's nice. Oh, oh, I hate this phlegm. But anyway, till next time, good luck. Bye.